Yes, lovely. So, this morning we're going to start in easy seated pose. So it's not really a easy seated pose for some. So you can also place the block underneath the buttocks or cushions or blanket, and then sit on the edge of the blanket, or and then come to the cross-legged. Lovely. And then roll your shoulder up and down, away from your ears. And the sit bones were connected to the ground or on the block. Hand can be rested where you'd like to rest. And find a nice tall spine. Crown of your head to the sky. Chin slightly towards your chest. Back of neck long. Shoulders were softening. And if you feel comfortable here, close your eyes or gaze softly down towards the earth. And taking a moment here to notice yourself. Coming home to your space. Coming home to you. I'd like to invite you to take a nice deep inhale through your nose and gently out through your mouth. Twice more. Inhale through your nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale and exhale to side out. And seal your lips. Simply allow inhale and exhale coming in and out through your nose to notice your breath. In this moment. Allow yourselves to settle into this space. To connect ourselves to our soul. Noticing the gentle wave of breath. Noticing the rhythm of the breath. Noticing the quality of the breath. Feeling inhale and feeling exhale. To be open, to be spacious, to infinite expression of our energy. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more breath here in your time. And on your next inhale, and exhale to open your eyes. And then interlace your fingers, press forward and up. Palms reaching towards the sky, sit bones grounded down towards the earth, sideways lengthening. And breathe, and the chest away from your belly. And on your next inhale here, and exhale, slightly round your spine forward, and just side to side. So come to the side and left side. Inhale back to the center, exhale to the right side, and slightly roll your shoulder down. And inhale up, and exhale. And one more round, inhale, come back to the center. And exhale, bend to the right side. And slightly roll your left shoulder down. And breathe. Getting into the muscles next to the spine. And on your next inhale, your arms reach back to the center. And as you exhale, turn to your right. And the left hand outside your right thigh or right knee. The right hand behind you. Roll your right shoulder down. And then turn to your right side. Gaze over your right shoulder. Using that right hand as a leverage. And breathe. Notice the spine turning behind you. And breathe into it. And on your next inhale, just to the head, slowly back to the center. And then gaze over your left shoulder to turn. And inhale, back to the center. And then release the hand, place that right palm behind your head. And gaze over your right shoulder, right elbow. And breathe. And on your next inhale, and exhale, right elbow towards the left knee. And inhale, lift the chest, gaze towards the right elbow. And exhale, round your spine, right elbow towards the left knee. And do once more, inhale, lift, open. And exhale, right elbow towards the left knee. And breathe. And on the next inhale, back to the center. And slowly release the arm. And then place both palms behind you, roll your shoulder down. And squeeze your shoulder blades together. And breathe. The feeling that connection to the ground. And then release the hand, interlace your fingers, press forward and up. And this time, just turn to the side. So left side, inhale up, and exhale to the side, bend to the right. Inhale up, and exhale to the left. Inhale to the center, exhale to the right. And this time, inhale, come back to the center, lengthen. And as you exhale, turn to your left side. Keep the spine lengthened. And release the hand. right palm to your outside your left thigh or left knee, left palm behind you, and gaze over your left shoulder, using that right hand as a leverage to turn. Stay where you feel comfortable, stay where you feel the most, feeling that stretch, and breathe. Breathe into that spine, and soften the muscles. Lovely. One more deep breath here, deep inhale. And exhale, just in the head. Turn your head back to the center, and turn your head to the right. Lovely. And release the hand and come back to the center, arms reach. Place that left hand behind your head. And inhale, look towards the left elbow. And exhale, round your spine, left elbow towards the right knee. And inhale, open. And exhale, down. Left elbow towards the right knee. And then we do once more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, breathe. And on your next inhale, come back to the center. And then release the hand. And then place both palms behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. And then lift the chest. And breathe. Breathe into the heart space. And then bring chin towards your chest. Walk your hand. And then walk your hand forward. And then shift away forward. Come onto your knees. And then uncross your legs. And then come to your hands and knees and all fours. Lovely. So hands underneath your shoulders. Knees, hip width apart underneath the hip. Fingers were nice and spread wide. Shoulders away from your ears and back. Navel in. Nice straight spine. Crown of your head forward, tailbone to the back of the mat. Lovely. And on your next inhale, lower your belly, lift the sit bones, open your chest, and pause it here. 2 breaths. Breathe into the spine. And on your next exhale, push the floor away, arching up your spine. Crown of your head down, chin towards your chest. And pause it here, 2 breaths. Breathe into your belly and empty your belly as you exhale. And on your next inhale, lower your belly, lift the sit bones, open your chest. And as you exhale, push the floor away, arching up your spine. And we do a couple more times. With your breath, move like this. Connecting the breath and the movement. And noticing the details. How spine moves. And how your breath moving through the body. And on your next inhale, come back to the neutral position. That's it. And extend the right leg towards back of the mat, toes curled in. And slightly come forward in the back, lengthening and stretching the back of the legs. Lovely. And come back to the center. Lift right leg off the mat, toes pointing down towards the earth. And hips were levels. And the navel in towards your spine. And inhale here. And exhale, knee to nose. Lovely. And inhale, extend. Nice and long. Lovely. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, knee to nose. And this time, inhale, lengthen your right leg. And level your hip. And gaze forward. And when you find that balance, if you feel comfortable here, and lift the left arm off the mat. Fingers, tips pointing forward. So opposite arms. And breathe. Pause it here. 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, lower your left palm down. And bend that right knee to the side. So we're going to open up that sacrum. So inhale, you lift. And as you exhale, you lower your right knee down. And inhale, lift. That's it. And exhale to lower. And inhale, knee, lift to the right side. That's it. And exhale here. And inhale this time, lift. And press that both palms into the earth. And lift the right knee up slightly more. And then circle your hip. That's it. And do the other way as well when you're ready. Lovely. And then come back to the center. And keep your knees bent. Like this. That's it. Now either stay here, option 1. And on option 2, find that right toe with the right hand. So balancing onto the left side. And grab right toe with right hand. And roll your shoulder down and lift. Come to a side. That's it. Lovely. 3, 2, 1. And release the hand. Plant that right palm to the mat. And shoot that right leg to the side. That's it. And then left hand to the mat. And inhale, lift right arm up. Lovely. And breathe. And inhale here. As you exhale, lower your right arm down underneath that left armpit. And inhale, lift, open. And exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left armpit. And this time, inhale, lift the arms and rotate the ribcage towards the sky. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, thread that right arm underneath the right armpit. And this time, come all the way down to your right shoulder. And if you've got cushions or blanket, you can also place that underneath your shoulder. If your shoulders are slightly up off the mat. And extend the left arm forward. And breathe. Breathe into the shoulders, lower back, and inside the right leg. One more breath here. Deep inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, walk your left hand towards your right wrist. Push yourself up and thread that right arm. And draw your right knee next to your left knee. And sit onto the heels to lengthen in your lower back. And breathe. Find your breath. In and out through your nose. And noticing the sensations, the breath coming through your nose. And on your next inhale, slowly shift way forward, back to all fours. And then we do the other side. So extend the left leg to the back, toe curled in. Yes. And then shift way forward in the back. Just lengthening and creating a space in the heels and the back of the legs, calf muscles. Lovely. And slowly come back to the center, lift left leg off the mat, toes pointing down, navel in, and then press hands into the earth to lift your chest away from that mat. Crown of your head reaching forward. Lovely. Inhale and exhale, knee to nose, come to the center. And inhale, extend, expand from the center. And exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, knee to nose. And this time, inhale, lengthen. Lovely. And when you find that balance, extend the right arm forward. Lovely. And your fingertips, your heels away from each other. So really lengthening. Here, breathe. Hold it here, 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, plant that right palm to the mat. And bend that left knee to the side. That's it. And inhale. Exhale, lower your left knee to the mat. And inhale, lift the left knee to the side. And exhale to lower. And inhale, lift. And exhale to lower. And this time, inhale, lift the left knee. And slightly lift a little bit more. And then circle your hip. And really get into that hip joint. And then the other way as well. Lovely. And then come back to the center. So hips are levels, knees bent. That's it. And breathe. Now stay here. Option 1. And option 2, find the left toe or left ankle with left hand. Oops. So they shift the weight to the right side of your body. And then find that left toe. Oops. And then if you look at one point, and then that helps to counterbalance. And then roll your shoulder down, and then lift the chest. Oops. Well, pause it here, 3. 2, quick. 1, and slowly release the hand. And then lift the palm to the mat. And then shoot that left leg to the side. Lovely. Well done. Plant that right palm to the mat. And then inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. And as you exhale, thread that left arm underneath the right armpit. And inhale, lift, open. And exhale, thread that left arm. And this time, inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. And open the chest, open the arms, open the armpit. And feeling that graciousness. Breathe. 3 breaths here, 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, thread that left arm underneath that right armpit. And come all the way down to your left shoulder. Or place cushion or blanket underneath the left shoulder. And walk right hand forward. And breathe. Breathe into that left inner thighs. And the shoulder. And the hip. And a deep inhale. exhale slowly. And walk your right hand towards the left wrist. Push yourself up nice and slow. Take your time. And release that left hand to the mat. And draw your left knee next to your right knee. And send your sit bone to the heels. Forehead to the mat. Find your breath. And follow the breath. Feeling at each breath. Expand the back, lower back. And the rib cage. And with each exhale, heart space sinking down. And breathe. One more breath here. Deep inhale. And exhale through the mouth. And on your next inhale, shift way forward. Back to all fours. And walk your knee to the hip widths apart. And walk your hand slightly forwards towards front of your mat. Pressing both palms into the earth. Make sure your fingers were spread. Nice and wide. Shoulder down and back. Curl your toes. Navel in towards the spine. And then lift the knees. Lovely. To hover. And slowly send your chest towards the thighs. Keep lifting your buttocks up high towards the sky. And gradually extend your legs. Pressing heels down towards the earth. As you exhale. The gaze between your legs. Palms, feet, rooted to the ground. Feeling the lengthening, feeling the expansion. Breathe. And gaze forward and come to the top of the mat. Keep the feet, hip widths apart. Lovely. And inhale, come to a flat back, halfway lift. And as you exhale, soften your knees all the way down, back to the earth, forward fold. Breathe. Grab elbows with opposite hand. And then just sway side to side. And come back to the center. Plant the both palms to the mat. And walk your feet slightly wider than your hip widths apart. And the toes out, heels in. So we're going to come to a squat. So if you've got block, you can place that block just behind your heels. And slowly lower your buttocks down between your hips, between your legs. And then come to a squat. Yeah, that's it. Oh, lovely. And then hands to the heart center, elbows inside your knees to press the knee away from each other. That's it. Awesome. The shoulder down, lengthen your spine, crown of your head towards the sky. And breathe. Deep inhale and exhale. And then release the palm to the mat. And slowly lift the buttocks up. And you remove your block if you are using a block. And you walk your feet back to the hip widths apart. And from here, slowly, navel in. And you roll your spine down. To unroll your spine up. And then the shoulder down. And the head come last. Lovely. And from here, and inhale, arms reach. Palm to touch over your head. And then as you exhale, soften your knees all the way down back to the earth. And inhale, come to a flat back, halfway lift. And as you exhale, soften your knees, place the both palms to the mat. And then step back with your right foot. And then lower your right knee down. And then navel in. The left knee bend above the ankles. Lovely. And then inhale, arms reach, rise up. And the shoulder soft. Breathe in through the fingertips. And then breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And hinge from the hip. Place both palms to the mat. Curl your back toe under. Lift the back knee. And then draw your left foot next to your right foot. Come to a plank position. Lovely. And then breathe. And then lower both knees to the mat. And then hug your elbow in and then lower all the way down. Lie front on the mat. Lovely. And hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows. And inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, you lower down. And slide the palms towards the back of the mat. And extend both arms by your side. Roll your shoulder down. Navel in. Pressing the pelvis down. And on your next inhale, lift the chest. Just in the chest. Keep pressing the toes into the earth. And breathe. And as you exhale, you lower all the way down. And find your breath. And this time, interlace your fingers behind you. Roll your shoulder down. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Neck nice and long. And again, navel in, pelvis down. Inhale, lift the chest. And the arms lift. And then lift the legs off the mat. That's it, lovely. And breathe. 3 breaths here, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower all the way down. Arms rested by your side, head to one side. And a deep inhale here. And exhale. Once more, deep inhale. And exhale. And plant both palms underneath your shoulders, elbows towards each other, navel in, curl your toes. And then lift the hip, slowly push all the way up to downward facing dog. And then take your time to arrive at the downward facing dog. Lengthening your spine, buttocks high, and then breathe. Noticing the stretch, feeling the lengthening the back of the legs. And then from here, on your next inhale, option 1, lift the right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, flow your right foot forward between your hand, or you can lower your right foot and grab right foot with right hand and place that step that right foot forward. And then roll your shoulder down and then lower your left knee to the mat. And then inhale, rise up. Lovely. And then lower your tailbone down. So come deep in the lunge. And then lengthen the left side. And then release the hand. Place both palms behind you. Elbows towards each other. Shoulders towards each other. Navel in. And then lift the chest. Keep pressing the palms on your lower back. And gaze towards the sky. So your chest away from your belly button. And breathe. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Slightly chin tucked in towards your chest. And come back to the center. And place both palms to the mat. And curl your toes under. And lift the left knee. And step forward with your left foot. Or walk your left foot forward. And inhale. Halfway lift. And as you exhale, lower down. Forward fold. That's it. And inhale. Push the floor away. All the way up. And palm to touch above your head. And then as you exhale, hand to the heart. And breathe. Find your breath. Deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale, arm to reach, palm to touch. And as you exhale, soften your knees. Hinge from the hip all the way down, back to the earth. And on your next inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. And this time, step back with your left foot. Right knee bend above the ankle. And then lower your left knee down. And on your next inhale, navel in, your core lifting your body up. Slowly lift the arms and soften your shoulders. Deep in the lunge and breathe. One more breath, deep inhale. Noticing the energy flowing down and up. And exhale. And release the hand, both palms to the mat. And curl your back toe under. Lift the back knee. And draw your right foot next to your left foot. Come to a plank position. And breathe. And either keep your knees lifted or knees to the mat. And hug your elbow in. And lower all the way down to the mat. Lovely. And either feet hip widths apart. So legs hip widths apart. Or you can walk your legs to a mat widths apart. So if the legs are mat widths apart, it's the less compression on the lower back. So inhale, press the hands into the earth and lift the chest. Lovely. And breathe. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. And this time, walk your hands outside your mat. And come onto the fingertips. And roll your shoulder down away from your ears. Navel in. And inhale, lift the chest. Extend the arms and the shoulders away from your ears. And then as you exhale, lower down. And once more, inhale, lift. And breathe. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. And then release the palms. And breathe. And from here, interlace your fingers behind you. Roll your shoulder down. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. And on your next inhale, lift the chest and arms. And noticing a stretch, noticing an opening in the front of the body, your chest and the arm underneath the armpit. And then lift the leg off the mat if you feel comfortable here. And if you like to go a little bit more further, open the legs wide, toes pointing down. Keep lifting. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, feet together first, and then lower all the way down. Arms rested by your side, head to one side. And find your breath. And come back to the breath. Deep inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Once more, deep inhale. And exhale. And place both palms underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows. And curl your toes under. Lift the hip. That's it. Push all the way up. Take your time to arrive down on the facing dog. And back to down on the facing dog. Breathe. And on your next inhale, option 1, come to a 3-legged dog. And flow your left foot forward, or you can grab left ankle with left hand, and walk your left foot forward. And roll your shoulder down, and then lengthen. Find the lengthening. Breathe. And then lower your right knee down. And on your next inhale, this time, arms up. And then soften your shoulders. And breathe. We do a heart opener by extend the arms slightly back. And squeezing the shoulder blades on the top of the shoulder towards each other. And then lifting the chest up. And lower your tailbone down. Deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And as you exhale, come to the center. And then give yourself a hug. So palms to your shoulder blades. And inhale to open. And exhale. Palm to the shoulder blades. And then once more, inhale, open. And feeling your energy, feeling the breath shining through your heart space to the universe. Lovely. And inhale, come back to the center, place both palms to the mat. And curl your back toe under. Lift back knee. And either step forward or walk your right foot forward. And hip roots apart. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, soften your knees, bow forward. And inhale, push the floor away. All the way up. Palm to touch. And as you exhale, hand to the heart center. And breathe. Oh, just one side, we do this one. So shift the weight to the right leg, lift the left foot, and then step back with your left foot, or right foot, or whichever you feel comfortable. So turn your right foot in, so both feet facing the same directions. So because mine is left foot back, so I'm facing towards the left side of the mat. Lovely. And then soften your knees, come to a squat. Lovely. And strengthen that, using that quads muscles. And the tailbone down. And then release the hand, inhale, sweep up. And open, come to a 5-pointed star. And the palm to touch. And bend the knees. And then release the hand to your hip. And inhale, lengthen, almost as if you're pressing that hip down towards the earth. And then lengthening. And as you exhale, navel in, hinge from the hip, come forward, and gradually extend your legs, and then release that both palms to the mat. And then left hand to the mat underneath your left shoulder. And as you inhale, to lift the right arm up. Or you can place the right hand behind you on your lower back. Roll your shoulder down and keep lifting. And breathe. Lovely. And as you exhale, lower your right palm down. Underneath your right shoulder. So middle finger pointing forward. And inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. And shoulder down. Keep lengthening the crown of your head forward, tailbone to the back. Both feet rooting to the mat, rooted to the ground. And as you exhale to release that left palm to the mat. And inhale, you lengthen. And exhale, bow forward. And breathe. Keep lifting the sit bones high towards the sky. Lovely. And on your next inhale, come to a flat back and walk your hand forward. So it's like downward facing dog with wide legs. And really lengthening the arms, lengthening the shoulder blades. And breathe into the sensations. One more breath here, deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. And walk hands back towards you. And soften your knees. Hand to the hip, navel in, and slowly all the way up, and then gradually extend your legs. Lovely. That's it, nice and slow. And then inhale, your arms reach. And now as you exhale, bend to the right side. So right fingertips down towards your right heel or ankle. And open the chest. And inhale, your arms reach. Lengthen. And exhale, bend to the right, left side. Open up the right side of the body and armpit. And breathe. And inhale, come back to the center. Lengthen. And then turn your right toe forward. And then release the both palms to your hip. Bend the knees, bend the front knees. And then curl your back toe under to square the hip, so facing forward. And then step forward with your left foot, or you can walk your left foot back to the mat. Lovely. And then inhale, your arms up. And then exhale, hinge from the hips slowly all the way down back to Mother Earth. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, step back. And then lower your knees down. And then send your sit bone to the heels. And the forehead to the mat. And then come back to the child pose. Come back to the breath. Lovely. One more breath. And walk your hand towards you. And then lower your buttocks down. And then swing your legs forward. And then bend the knees. And the feet, knees, hip widths apart. And then place both palms behind you. Roll your shoulder down. And then just lower your knee to the side. And then you can, as you lower your knees, you can lift the hip up slightly. Just explore the movement. That's it. And then noticing how our hip feels. Lovely. And how we feel about this movement. And when you're used to the movement, and on your next inhale, as you lower the knee, lift the right arm up, and then place that right palm to the left side. And then inhale, open, plant that left palm to the mat, and then lift the left arm, and then plant that left palm to the right side. So basically side to side with using both arms as well to the other side. Just for fun. And good to move. Lovely. And once we use this movement, and the next time, inhale up, plant the right palm, and this time left arm, sweep that left arm, and then come onto the right knee, and then lift left leg, and then lift the chest. I've got wall here. And then lower your buttocks down. And the other side, left palm to the mat. And inhale, lift right arm up. Come on to the left knee. And the lower buttocks down. And then just do a side to side. Just finding playfulness as well. Lovely. And lifting the hip and the chest lift. And then the arms move and the shoulder moves. Lovely. And then we do one more round. Lovely. And slowly come back to the center. And then come to a child pose. So big toes were touching, knees wider than your hip widths apart. And send your sit bone to the heels. Forehead down, chest down. And breathe. Lovely. Find your breath. And notice how our body feels. Notice how we feel, both inside and outside. Lovely. And on the next inhale, lift the chest and then walk both hands to the right side. And then really reaching out with left hand. And the sit bones down towards the heels. And breathe. Lovely. And on your next inhale, lift the chest and walk your hands to the left side, reaching out with right hand. Sit bones down towards the heels and then lengthening, opening and breathing. And on your next inhale, lift the chest and then walk your hands back. And this time, shift the weight forward and lower all the way, front on the mat. And then we do a shoulder stretch. So walk your right hand towards the right side. So extend the arm to the right side. That's it. And the left hand underneath your shoulders. So underneath your elbow when you bend the elbow 90 degrees. And from here, roll onto the right shoulder using the left palm to help you. So pressing the left hand and breathe. Now either stay here, and then if you've got block or cushions, you can also place that underneath your head, underneath your temple, side of the head. Now option 1, stay here. Option 2, lift the left leg and then place that left foot behind your right leg or right side. And gaze towards the sky and breathe. And option 3, if you like a little bit more stretch on the shoulders, and then release the left hand, and then send the left hand behind you on your lower back. That's it. Or interlace your fingers, left and right fingers together, and then open the chest, squeezing the shoulders, and the shoulders away from your ears, and then breathe. Lovely. One more breath here. Deep, deep inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale. And exhale to release the hand to the mat. And then using the hand to help you. And then it roll down. Nice and slow. Take your time. Back to the center. And then we do our other side, straight in. So extend the left arm to the side. Place the right palm underneath your shoulders, underneath the elbows when you bend the 90 degree. And keeping the fingertips pressed in. And it rolls onto the left shoulder. And if legs together, lengthen. And you can also place block or cushions underneath your head. And breathe. Stay here, option 1. Or option 2, lift right foot. And place the right leg behind your left thigh or leg. And gaze over your left shoulder or right shoulder. Or release the right hand, place the right palm behind you on your lower back. Or interlace your fingers behind you. And then lengthen on both arms. And wherever you are, breathe. Breathe into the shoulders. One more breath here. Deep inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale, and slowly come back to the center. So releasing a hand to the mat. Using a hand to support you. And release the right leg. And gently take your time back to center. Extend both arms forward, palm to touch. And then just shift your buttocks side to side to release that lower back. Lovely. And plant that both palms to the mat. Squeeze your elbows. And come onto your knees. Lovely. And then extend both arms forward. Shoulder down. And then one more time. Navel in. And then send your buttocks high towards the sky. And then lower your chest down. And breathe. Breathe into the heart space. Lovely. Last breath. Deep inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale, slowly shift the way forward and walk your hand. And sit onto the heels. Extend both arms towards the back of the mat, or you can grab your heels. And you just breathe here. Lovely. And then release the palm to the mat. And the lower buttocks down. And you swing your legs forward. And the lower all the way down. And the feet together, knee together. And then shift your buttocks to the left side. And you lower both knees to the right side. And option 1, extend the arm to the side. And breathe. And soften your shoulders. Or option 2, place right palm onto your left thigh. And then extend the left arm over your head. And exhale to soften. And option 3, leave the right palm where it is. So on your left thigh. And slide that right knee towards back of the mat, towards the left side, and find that left toe with the left hand, and roll your shoulder there. And this has got that little back bend, small back bend as well. And it's a little bit more intense on the hip, on the lower back. And breathe, finding the right variation for your body today. And soften the facial muscles. Breathe in and out through the nose. Noticing the breath. Noticing how energy flowing. One more breath. And then release the hand. And slowly come back to the center. And then we do other side. Feet, knees together. Shift the buttocks to the right side. And then lower both knees to the left side. And the optional one to extend the arms. Or place the left hand to your right side. And then reach your right arm over your head. And soften. Or keep left hand where it is. And slide that right leg towards the right side. Left knee to the right side. And find that left toe with right hand. And breathe. Because the left side and the right side are both different, so you can do the different variations as well. Whichever you feel good in your body. And one more breath here, deep inhale. And exhale slowly. And then release the hand. And back to the center. And the feet as wide as your mat. And the knees falling towards each other. So knees are touching each other. The arms by your side. Palms facing up to the sky. Take a moment here to notice the sensations. Lovely. Now either stay here or slide up both legs to the mat. And you walk legs as wide as your mat. Toes soften. Palms soft. And the shoulders soft. Notice the whole your back. Whole your body. Touching the ground. And I started noticing the body feels heavier and heavier. And I notice that your palms, your fingers are soft and they're naturally curling. And you come to a Shavasana. Find the stillness in a stillness. And you breathe into the stillness. Allow the practice to soak in to your body. Allow yourself to feel how your body feels. No need to do anything right now. Just be here. And feeling the body. And feeling energy. slowly bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room. Start wiggling your toes, circle your ankles, wiggling your fingers, and rotate your wrist, gently waking up your body. Lovely. And inhale, reach both arms over your head. And give a nice big stretch. And bring both knees to your chest. Hug your knees in. And gently rock side to side. Or circle your knees. Whatever feels good to you, this present moment. And roll to right side. Take a moment here to notice how your body feels. Reconnecting to the sensations and the vibrations in your body. And when you're ready, gently and slowly push yourself up to a seated position. Lovely. And close our practice. And inhale, both arms over your head, palm to touch. And as you exhale, your hand to the heart center to express gratitude for our practice this morning. Hands to forehead, piercing the compassion to our thoughts. Hand to the heart, piercing the compassion to our intentions. Hand to the mouth, piercing the compassion to our words. Rub your hands together to generate your energy. Cup your eyes and breathe. Slowly allow light come into your eyes. Thank you very much for lovely practice this morning. Namaste and blessings. Lovely.